panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty.
Watch Johnnie's bite.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday. Welcome to Johnnie's Bite. This morning, I'd like to shine the bright light on one of our former players of the Black Stars, who's now the coach of the under-17 national team, together with his entire team, the playing team, the management team, everybody who's there. Kingston is his name. Bra Lai is what they call him. And you see he's been doing a lot of wonders. This morning, I doff my hat for Kingston and all that he has been doing on the field of play with the boys, shining Ghana in the best of light. And Lai tells a very interesting story. A story that if we give the locals an opportunity, a story that if we give our homegrown people an opportunity, people who have grown here, gone out there, explored, come back, and now they want to lend their experience and support, will be happy. So everybody is happy that under 70 is winning, but the power behind it, Kingston and leading the team, is giving them the right direction. Bra Lai, congratulations to you, and thank you so much indeed for not embarrassing us, for shining lights there, and for some of us who supported you when the conversations came that you were going to be the man in charge. We said, yes, you deserve it, and indeed you have done it. Kingston, congratulations to you and the rest of your team. All of you, thank you very much indeed. And congrats to you one more time, Kingston. Let's get on to the next conversation. I've heard the chairman of the Electoral Commission, the deputy chairman of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Bosman Asari, as we call him. And it looks like the Electoral Commission seems to take a lot of delight in the errors that they inflict on us. The Electoral Commission, put it up there, please. The Electoral Commission's deputy is telling us that the Electoral Commission is unhappy with errors in its infographic, despite maintaining that these errors are insignificant. Look super for me, please. It says the errors are insignificant. And the question I ask is that in a major election, please lose the super. In any major election, you need 50% plus one vote. 50% plus one vote, only one vote, to determine who becomes president of the Republic of Ghana. In the national elections, where the Electoral Commissioner, Jean Adukwe-Mensah, would be the returning officer, you need 50% plus one vote only. Keep that infographic on. Keep that thing on. 50% plus one vote. At the parliamentary level, you need the first past the post. So when we begin to downplay on errors and we say the errors are insignificant and we start quoting percentages for it, like we did with NAPCO, when Finance Minister was busy quoting 97,373, the party political communicators were busy quoting 100,000. They were rounding up people, forgetting that every NAPCO personnel was getting about 600 and something Ghana cedis. And that if you cannot round up people from 97,000 to 100,000, because each individual 699 Ghana cedis had to be properly accounted for. And that is the same thing with elections. The Electoral Commission has given us too many wrong figures in the past. In 2020, we saw it. We have seen it in so many instances. The stakes are high for the 2024 elections. We should not be seeing errors from the Electoral Commission and to be hearing sadly from the Electoral Commission that, oh, yes, the errors are there. We are unhappy with them, but the errors are insignificant. Who determines what is insignificant? Come to me. Then there's another worrying trend where the Electoral Commission now has a Facebook page which is very active, for which we are grateful, but the Electoral Commission posts stuff in the dead of the night when the key stakeholders are asleep. Why can the Electoral Commission not summon an IPAC meeting to have a conversation with the people who matter on the things that they post on their Facebook page? In the dead of the night, 2 days ago, there was one that was posted around midnight. And I asked myself, but at midnight, who do you expect to come and read your Facebook page? Because everybody's asleep. The media is going to sleep. The political party representatives themselves are going to sleep. So who do you expect to come? See, 4 hours ago, the 4 hours ago that I spoke about, this was after like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., because then I was reading. And I asked myself, why would the Electoral Commission be posting that late? Why would they be posting in the dead of the night as the thief comes late in the night? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? And you see, when the Electoral Commission does some of these things, they want people to trust them. They want people not to doubt them. But when you do some of these things, you give people an opportunity to start asking questions about you and to start doubting you. People will start asking questions. Every single vote counts. It doesn't have to be an insignificant. There's no vote that is insignificant. And you cannot put together a couple of votes, give a wrong figure to another region and suggest that, oh, it is insignificant. Who determines what is insignificant? Your job is to organize the election. Your job is to make sure that the election is free and fair. Your job is to make sure that people queue up and vote. Your job is to make sure that when they finish voting, you count the votes, and then you announce it, and then you ask people to sign, and then we all know that person A or candidate B or C won the elections. It is not in your place to be telling us while the registration is going on and your processes are fraught with irregularities and difficulties, for you to come and tell us that those irregularities are worrying, but they are insignificant. Who sent you to come and tell us? Is that part of your mandate? Is that part of your KPI? Read the whole CI that you have. Read your whole mandate per what the law gives to you, and tell us which part of it gives you that latitude to tell us whether or not to express discretion in telling us what is significant and what is not significant. Every single vote matters. For somebody to become president, it is 50% plus one. For somebody to become a parliamentary candidate, it is first past the post. So it doesn't lie in your mouth now to come to tell us that, oh, yes, it is insignificant. It doesn't lie in your mouth. Those utterances, I say, Doc, Prof, think it. Don't say it. Stuff like the NDC is a danger to our democracy. Think it. Don't say it. Because the position that you hold has been held before by other people. And we didn't get some of these talks from them. Talks that infuriated people, talks that made people doubt the commission. We didn't get that from them. I will always go back to the late VC RSC Crab's book. I had opportunity to read it. I interviewed the author, the person who wrote it for him, Kwesi Amoak, right? I met VC RSC Crab myself, may he rest in peace. And even at the time when he was commissioner of the electoral commissioner, and he had to write the results of the elections on a blackboard at the Independence Square. These mistakes that you're making now with the benefit of technology and all the monies that we are pushing to you did not come. And he didn't make such loose comments to suggest that some mistakes are insignificant. Who gave you that authority to be telling the people of Ghana, having queued for longer days, for your machines to even not function, for you to come and tell them that the mistakes are insignificant? If the people you have employed to work on the infographics are giving you problems, sack them. That's what you do as a responsible manager. You don't set the whole nation on a certain edge and come and tell us that, oh, what is happening is insignificant. Who put that in your mouth and in your authority and within your province and domain to come and tell us that it is insignificant? Who gave you that authority? Is that part of your job? Let's talk about the Kaya Skills Training Center. A beautiful facility put together The vice president, of course, is collecting his funds for it. It's at Medina. And you know, there was a conversation about the fact that Free SHS had wiped off all the KIA on the street. Well, there are still some KIA, and this facility you see on your screen has been built for them. The vice president went to inaugurate it. I think it's an NEIP initiative. Let's see the interior of it. Now, somebody from the north called me 2 days ago and asked a question. He said, but couldn't this facility have been put up at the north so to prevent the people, the ladies, from coming down south? That's the first question he asked. I said, well, I had not thought about it. And then he asked the second question. So it is a KIA skills training center. It's a beautiful place. Show me the other stuff. They have a training room. They have nice washrooms, etc. Kudos to Dr. Baumia and the team and everybody who put this together. But the questions are coming. And the first question is that, could this investment have been made up north so to prevent the people from coming down? That's the first one. The second one is that, do you have to become a KIU before you get an opportunity to enroll in this skills development center? So if I'm from the north and I'm a young lady, but I'm not a KIU, can I enroll? It's a question that the NEIP must answer. And then there's a third conversation that asks, so after we have trained them, do we leave them here? Because the reason they become head porters here is because they are looking for employment. They are looking for jobs. So if we finish this, do we keep them here in Accra, or do we take them back to their hometowns from BC, Nyankpala, wherever it is they come from, so that they can also be there and then start something nice? Because we are looking at the country opening up. We are not looking at recongesting the whole of Accra again, like we have done with the intention to build the National Cathedral, which is now the most expensive hole ever dug in the world. We are not looking to recongest Accra. So these are three questions. One, could we have done this up north? For example, in the hometown of Dr. Baumia, could we have done that? Number two, do you need to necessarily become a KIU or be a KIU before you can actually get access into this skills development training center? There's a clarity that must be given. And then number three, when they are done training, where do they go? Do they stay in Accra? Do they go to their villages and towns and places of origin to go and practice? Now, today is Throwback Thursday. Let me play two videos for you. First, and the videos I'm going to play for you have a very interesting connection. It's a master and son, or if you like, mentor and mentee video. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh was Minister for Education. He's now Minister for Energy, right? His spokesperson at the time when he was at the Ministry of Energy is now a member of Parliament. He's a lawyer, and he wants to go to Parliament for a second term, but he was a spokesperson there. And I'll play those two videos for you. And then you get a sense of what was and what is now. Please play the video for me. Play any of them, of your choice.
If the president still lives under that delusion that it is not because of the irresponsibility, the fiscal irresponsibility that has occurred under his watch, that is causing a direct impact on our falling CD, and he believes that is external problems, when the whole world is getting out of the external shocks, then it's the president's, I can only say that we don't have a future. If the president still lives under that delusion that it is not because of the irresponsibility, the fiscal irresponsibility that has occurred under his watch, that is causing a direct impact on our falling CD, and he believes that is external problems, when the whole world is getting out of the external shocks, then it's the president's.
So this was Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, younger than he is today, obviously, and he was talking about President John Dramani Mahama. And he was talking about external shocks. Today we're told about Russia, Ukraine, we even had COVID, and that's what we blame for our, energy situation. That's what we blame for our exchange rate, the falling CD, the weakening CD, etc., cost of living, and etc. But in the days past, he had a very interesting position, and I just showed you his position. Today, I would be interested to know what his position is, especially knowing that under his watch, we had implemented a gold for oil policy and fuel prices keep going up. I'll be interested to know what his position is, because even though we are running a deregulated space, the MPA is still doing its magic. Now, play Vincent's video for me. And Vincent makes a very important point. Play the video for me.
The teaching allowances that has been restored. It was very critical at the time. Samuel, Wokasa, Ubeka, the restoration of the nursing training allowances. Ubeka, National Health Insurance Scheme, Indeed, these issues were very critical in helping us win an election in 2020. But I'm telling you that this year, those issues cannot win us an election. 2024 win, free SHS, and to me winning an election. And I'm speaking to you as a researcher. Restoration of national teachers allowances, and to me winning an election. Restoration of nursing training allowances, it cannot win us an election. What can win us an election? I am no one knew. Our ability or inability to communicate the economic difficulties that we are facing in our country.
So this is Echo Vincent as a for MP for Otafo. He took over from the late Anthony Akuto saying, and in the past, when I used to interview him, he was spokesperson for the education ministry. He would talk about free SHL. He would talk about the same things that today is asking his party people not to talk about. Because I'm sure when he went for his second primaries, he was hit like a thunderbolt. Reality came to him that, look, the rhetorics we're being pushing out to the people are now becoming smarter and wiser. And you see the advice he had given to the party people. He was speaking to a purely MPP gathering, right? An assemblage of MPP faithful. I had given that advice free of charge, not as a member of the MPP, many, many years ago in 2018. And I told them that these things that you keep hammering on, they are not the things that will win you an election. If you like, cast your mind back to when Dr. Baumia, Kennedy Japan, Kwabena J. Japan, all of those people, 10, they wanted to be flag bearer of the NPP, including Joe Gatti, who is now board chairman of GRA, party chairman is now board chairman of MPA, all of those ones. They all said the same things, that these things will not win us the elections. So those of you who are party foot soldiers who were insulting me, rather than giving alternatives, you see your own party people are now coming home to roost. But it might be too late because now they are coming to the realization of the fact that it is too late. Well, you still have a little time. And yesterday, I laughed my head off when I realized that the presidency had finally released the SML GRA report. I laughed it off. You know what the presidency and the government does? They are behaving like the proverbial mother who is with a crybaby. They sit in a trotro. The kid wants both fruit or sweet bad, as it were. Then the mother says, I won't give you. This child may be dirty. So the child steps on other passengers, cries, he has phlegms or mucus flowing out of the nose, makes a whole mess in the bus before the mother says, Udieji sweet bad. It would have been too late because the impression of the relationship between the mother and whatever it is would have gone. Was it not the same presidency? Give me the chief director's memo from the president. Was it not the same presidency under Nana Akufo-Addo who said that, we cannot give you, Media Foundation for West Africa, we cannot give you what you're asking for because there are restrictions in the in the RTI law. 7th May, they wrote it. So today, what is Eugene signing from the presidency that in the interest of transparency, Media Foundation for West Africa, and we had our spirits behind it, we were asking for the same transparency. The president said, we won't give to you. And you know, usually, when a report comes and the presidency or anybody says we won't give to you, like they have kept our response from Al Jazeera regarding the gold mafia, Alistair Matthias and the rest, it means that assemble. And if you read the report, the SML report, you will see the kind of illegality that happened. Put a bit of the report there, let's read it. The illegality that happens. And you see, this report has now been put out there because we are talking about Brian Champon acquiring 6 hotels. This report has suddenly been thrown out there to divert attention because we are talking about illegal recruitment and secret recruitment. This report has been put out there for us to talk about it because the CD is falling. This report has been put out there because it's irrespective of the shambolic gold for oil deal, shambolic gold for oil deal, fuel prices keep going up. All of these things are happening. They have been thrown out there so we forget about it. But you know what? Because the reality on the ground is hitting. Come to me. Leave the report. The reality on the ground is that it is hitting us. You are now putting out this report. We came to ask you for the report. You gave us a Hogwarts cock and bull story explanation. You quoted law. And in the letter that the 2-pager that was written yesterday from the presidency, they are quoting the same laws, explaining it, trying to teach us the job as if we do not know. We have no brains in our head. It's only sand we have in our head. Now you are putting this report out at the time that the president is going out to do matching with his friends because he's leaving, so he has to go and be greeting people. Now you are putting this up because we are talking about Brian Echampo acquiring 6 hotels. And labor unions are not happy about it. The people are talking about cost of living. Guta is complaining about harsh conditions of doing business. Gold for oil is all hitting us. And we are talking about, secret recruitment. No, wait, give me 2 minutes, Oliver. Give me 2 minutes. Secret recruitment. I've seen Henry Quartier talk about secret recruitment. And he's daring the minority that, well, if you don't keep quiet, I'll also publish the name. Again, I'll use another analogy. It's like 2 of us being thieves in our village, being petty thieves. Then one graduates to become an armed robber. When they catch him, they say, oh, this man, you also used to be a thief in our village. So we are thieves in common. The reality on the ground, and as I've showed you here, show me that video, please. Show me that video of the recruitment. Anchor for maximum security prison. I showed you that video. I said people are being recruited. Look at these people. They are kept sometimes for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Just pay attention to their footwears alone. If anybody has had any regimented training or regimental training, they know. Look, some are wearing full shoe. Some are wearing sandals. Some are wearing combat. Some are wearing all manner of things. Some are wearing trousers. Some are wearing blue tops. Some have their bags. Some have their even plates with them. And this thing has been happening not be today. Sometimes they keep them for 2 weeks and then they release them. These people I'm showing you now, they are already in the service. They are already in the service and you have an election coming. And we are toying with internal security because we are politicizing internal security. These people you see, they are already in the service. Give me the list. 22nd June 2022. Over 500 people were sent from the office of the chief of staff to go and join the immigration service. I want anybody to come and dare me. The date is there. Read the headline. It says, appointment into the Ghana Immigration Service. I want anybody to come and dare me. And I'm daring Henry Quartier to come and tell me that this list is fake. These people you see here, go to the next slide. They are all in the service. So what is Henry Quartier talking about? What is anybody talking about? And you will sell forms to people at 100 Ghana cedis. People will go and queue and stand on the sun. You will humiliate them, ask them to go through medical examination. And when you finish, you put your favorites in there. These 500 people, even before the training began, had been given appointments to get into the immigration service. So the people who had bought forms that they were going to join the immigration service, same thing is happening in the army. Same thing is happening at fire service. Same thing is happening all over. Have you bothered to ask yourself why the chief fire officer is beyond retirement but he's being kept at post? Have you bothered to ask yourself why the Controller General of Immigration is beyond retirement but is being kept at post? Have you asked yourself why the old one? Put the list up there. Don't put my face there. What is my face doing on the TV? Put the list up there. Let's see the list. These people have been there. They are in the service as we speak. So I'm daring Henry Quartier again. He is daring people. I'm daring him. He should publish the list of ministers and MPs on the other side who brought him a list. And I will publish the list of people who are currently in uniform serving. I dare him. We need to stop politicizing our security in this country. And that is what we have done. Party police, political police, protocol police. So when you go to the police station and you have an internal security, come to me, you have an internal security situation, you are not so sure who you are dealing with. Put the pictures, the video of the recruits there again. We'll wrap up with that. I say see them, anybody who has gone through regimental training. And you know what, the interesting thing is that we only talk about 6 months of training. But it's actually about 2 years of the training. Because when you finish the 6 months, you now have to undergo mentorship. For then after the 2 years, they will sign it off to say you have qualified. Henry Quarton knows what I'm talking about. He has been at the Interior Ministry before when Brandon Champo and the rest went to misbehave at Iowa's West Wogon. So he knows what I'm talking about. He is aware. The 6 months is what, for the public, but you would have to still undergo mentorship. I'm telling you that some of the people don't even undergo 6 months mentorship. The people in the security services, they know what I'm talking about. Some people complain that, the PTIs, they complain every time. They're training people left, right, center, pushing them in. I'm saying you have a major election coming up, and you are toying with internal security. Come and pick me up. You know I'm speaking the truth. Me, I'm not afraid to speak the truth. And we must not hide behind, if you do, I will also expose you. If you do, I will also expose you. The children of influential people, so the children of the ordinary people who go and queue and buy the forms 100 CDs, they are not Ghanaians. Give me a break. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Morning, Yemi.
Yes, sir.
Openo.